Hey guys, this is JP's LEGO Reviews today. I'm just going to be talking about what my thoughts are on the Summer 2022 rumours that just dropped, as well as some of my predictions again. And I'm so glad I'm wrong about the predictions that I made a few months ago. If you want to check out that video, then check up top or down below if you want to see that. And let's break it down. Now, I've looked at all these set numbers in the previous video except for 75342 and 343. Now, the Dark Trooper set 75343 already came out, and the helmet was a big disappointment. 75342 is something I'll go through later, and let's just get started. Now, I predicted that the 300, the Master Builder series set was going to be either Hoth or Endor for $300 US. But the rumored price tag is $530 US. That eliminates Hoth because Hoth cannot be that big. Endor still is in the game with a combined Endor Bunker Ewok Village situation. It also could be a Geonosis arena. I'd love to see that, but I don't see it happening simply because I just don't think LEGO would want to sell that. It's just not something I see that's going to sell well. You also have a Death Star, and I think it really could be that as well. It could be any of these three things, and I'm really hyped just to see what LEGO do with this one. Let's move on to 75323. I thought it was going to be a $60 US Death Star trash compactor, but it turns out I don't think it will be that, and here's why. It's been rumoured for all the sets, for 2022, it's been rumoured that there'll be a Death Star trash compactor. None of the set descriptions actually sound like it'll be a Death Star trash compactor. So I think the set may come out in 2023, or it may be cancelled, or it may have been a fake rumour. The actual 75323 set is going to be $160 US with 1,022 pieces, which is horrible as a price gauge. And it's going to be Cad Bane's ship. Now, here's a few reasons why I think this is actually could happen. Firstly, Cad Bane was in the Book of Boba Fett, and that made him. There's so much more reasons for a LEGO Cad Bane to be made now. Also, with 1,022 pieces, it makes sense too with a ship like this, because I think there'll be a lot of new molded pieces and a lot of just large pieces that will be used to make this set. I also think it's probably going to be very minifigure dense. I think with LEGO's, you got Cad Bane, actually. You got Omega, the rest of the Bad Batch, because it will be based off the Bad Batch. We could see Fennec Shand. They may chuck in a Captain Rex if they're feeling a bit cheeky. And yeah, I just think that this set's going to be filled with minifigures. And I'd really just know that they're going to do this simply because the price to piece ratio is ridiculous. The only way to make up for the value is to use really large pieces and to have really good minifigures, and I do think they're going to do that to justify the price of the set. With 75325, I thought it was going to be a Book of Boba Fett set for $60, and it still is a Book of Boba Fett set. For $70, it really should be $60 or less, and it's Mando's new ship, the Naboo Starfighter. Now, it looks great. I love it. I want to try and get it ASAP, except I won't because it's way overpriced. I will get this at least 20% off. It's nowhere near worth asking price if you ask me personally. Also, with the droid minifigure that's in the set too, I actually do have an extra comment about that minifigure for a different set because there is a connection between this droid and a set that's coming out a little bit later down the line. And let's look at LEGO set 75332. I thought it was going to be a $30 US ObiWan Kenobi set. It's going to be a $30 US 4 plus ATST with 87 pieces. Honestly, the one word I'd use for this is meh. I really don't care about it at all. I could not care less that this is coming out. I think it could have been used for a better set, but I get it. This is for really small children, and I get why it has to be released. It's just going to be a very forgettable set. Now, with 75333, I thought it was going to be a Bad Batch speed chase set with Fennec Shand and a few Bad Batch members. But I don't think it's going to be that at all. I think it's not actually what I think because it's actually been rumoured to be ObiWan's Starfighter for $30 US. What's so exciting about this set is, firstly, they're going to make quite a few sets from the Attack of the Clones movie, or episode 2. And this is really exciting because it's the 20th anniversary. Honestly did not think LEGO would do this at all. This was a complete surprise when I heard it. I actually thought the rumours for some of these sets were fake when I first heard of them, but just because I wouldn't think LEGO would make stuff like this. But it turns out I think they're going to make stuff like this, and I'm really happy about it. And it's going to have 282 pieces. It sounds like it's worth the money, and yeah, I'm really hyped about the Attack of the Clones range. And talking about that, I thought 75334 was going to be an Andor playset. No, it's going to be $50 US. It'll have 408 pieces, and it'll also be from the Attack of the Clones. If the piece count's wrong, which I'm hoping it will be, I think it'll be a Jango Fett Slave one with Jango Fett, a Boba Fett as a child, and I think this makes the most sense because you have to have something against the ObiWan Starfighter, and this set is very easy to produce for LEGO. They already have the Boba Fett's version of Slave 1, so all you have to do is change up the colours, change the minifigures, and that's it. You're actually ready to sell it. But if the piece count is true, which I think it will be, then I think it's going to be a duel on Geonosis. The reason why I say this is simple. There's no other set that will quite fit in this price range, and more importantly this piece count, from the Attack of the Clones than Duel on Geonosis. Plus, we're going to get quite a few exciting minifigures we haven't seen in a while. It'll be a good break from a lot of the ships that are going to come out, and I just think it'll be a very well received set. And if the piece count is correct, I just don't see it being anything else than a duel on Geonosis right now. And let's move on to 75335. I thought it was going to be a $40 US Snowspeeder remake again, but it's rumored to be $100 US, have 1,062 pieces, and it's rumored to be a BD1 Droid. Firstly, this is a very interesting set, but it makes sense. And LEGO aren't doing this for the video game. Now, people are thinking maybe we're going to get more Jedi Fallen Order sets. I don't think they're doing it because it's in Jedi Fallen Order. I think if they would have just kept forgetting about it, I think the reason why this is here is because of the Book of Boba Fett. Yes, we saw this droid in the Book of Boba Fett, and probably the Mandalorian too, I can't exactly remember, but in both of those shows, we have seen a BD droid. Now, this one will be based off the Fallen Order BD1 droid, but we all know that they're going to pitch it as a Book of Boba Fett set because it'll get more buyers and more customers that way, and I think it'll sell really well because it'll be a Jedi Fallen Order set, but people will buy it because they saw it in the Book of Boba Fett. And I think if they do it right, it'll look really good as a set. Now, let's talk about 75336, which I think is going to be the best set of the year, if done properly. I thought it was going to be a $70 US TIE Striker, but it won't be. It's rumored to be a $100 US 924 piece ATTE. Wow, I'm so hyped that this is coming out. If the rumors are true, wow, this is definitely going to be one of the best sets of 2022, guaranteed. And the piece count is promising. I think it'll be probably a little bit larger than the one you see, and it'll definitely have more detail. I think the minifigures will be 5 or 6, not more, but definitely around that range. And I think overall it's just going to be a really good set, and I think it's going to sell very well, and it'll be a fan favourite if it comes out. Now, with 75337, I thought it was going to be a $70 US Bad Batch set again. But now, looking at it, it's actually going to be a Cad Bane ship taking the role from this set. But there's still 75337, what's it going to be? For $140 and 1,082 pieces, I think it's going to be a Republic gunship. And here are a few reasons why. Firstly, it makes sense piece-wise. Secondly, we do need a counterpart to the ATTE when it comes to Attack of the Clones sets. And nothing well, nothing really goes better with it than a Republic gunship. And the other major part is that whenever LEGO have released an ATTE, there's always been a Republic gunship next to it. So if you've gotten a Republic gunship, there's a high likelihood that you've also gotten a ATTE and vice versa. And I'm not really sure why they do it, but these two sets combine perfectly. And I just see it happening. It's just the most likely option. And the price point also makes sense, $140 as well. I just can't see it being anything else than a UCS gunship. I think set 75338 is going to be a U-Wing. I thought it was going to be a U-Wing. It's still going to be a U-Wing in my opinion. But the set's going to be $70, not 90, which I thought it originally was. So it's going to be downsized to probably 500 to 700 pieces. I think it's going to be about 600, maybe a little bit less. And I think it's a good thing because it makes the ship more accessible, and I just like the U-Wing. It looks really cool. So I'm really happy with the fact that LEGO is making this more accessible for the fans of the ship. And the set looks... I just don't see how they can go really wrong with a U-Wing. It's a safe set for the Andor show. I think they will make more Andor sets since it's quite an easy kind of Star Wars show to make sets for. And a U-Wing, honestly, I think they've probably had the design for a while, and I think it's going to look really good. Now, let's move on to set 75339. I think it's going to be, well, I thought it was going to be an Andor set for $100, but it's going to be $90, and I think there's two options. I think it's going to be the first one, and the first one is a Rancor Rampage. I think the reason why, firstly, everyone wants a Rancor again, and a Rancor acting like Godzilla, man, that's just a recipe to sell big bucks. And I think that with some exclusive minifigures, I think that's going to absolutely sell tons. The other one is ObiWan Kenobi, and I think the reason why Obi-Wan could get a $90 set is because of the amount of characters that are rumoured to show up in the show. It's supposed to be a crazy lineup of just characters we haven't seen in live action before, and if most of them come to fruition, I can easily see them selling a very large set filled with all the minifigures people want for a high price. Now, when it comes to 75340, it's going to be boring because it's an advent calendar, but I actually thought it was going to be a Mando ship set because, yeah, I thought it was going to be $100+ Mando ship set, but that's Naboo Starfighter 75325, and also I forgot about an advent calendar, so here's one, I guess. There's nothing really too exciting about it. It's an advent calendar. It's not really something that people care too much about. And off that notion, let's move on to set 75342. It's going to cost $40, and I have two options. A Book of Boba Fett set, and I actually think this is unlikely to happen, because I think they're going to do a Rancor Rampage set, but they could do a smaller Mos Espa finale fight set for $40. Or, I think the more likely option is a small Obi-Wan set. The reason why is we don't really know what's going to consist within the show, and we're not sure if what they have will actually translate well into an expensive LEGO set. If they could, they definitely will make an expensive LEGO Kenobi set, but I think for $40, it's just going to work. It's going to work. And also, they need an Obi-Wan set, especially before the show comes out, and it has to be relatively spoiler-free, and I think this $40 set is the way to do it. And actually, that wraps up the entire 2022 Summer Waiver sets. We could see 75344, 345 come out as kind of surprise sets that they dish out early. We don't know what they're going to do, but based off these current sets, it's going to look like a crazily good wave. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you enjoyed this video, then please smash the like button. And if you want to see more content just like this, then please subscribe. Hope you all have a great day and keep building.